watching the #1 automotive podcast, Automotive Architect Podcast with Ron Garverick. My name's Charles Higgins, and I work with Pinnacle Online Marketing, where they've helped me take my business to a whole new level through automated marketing on social media and automated lead nurturing. If you'd like to learn more, visit me online at pinnacle.drivewithcharles.com. Now let's get back to the show.
Methods that really work. If you want to make more money, take these classes. He's intense, truthful, and he knows what he's doing. Check him out.
Ron Garverick, man, where to start with this guy? I've had the pleasure of working under him for the past 4 years. He's my manager up at Street Volkswagen, and it's just been an amazing experience. I came in as a green pea with no experience, and he's went over and taught me a lot of great stuff with the car business, whether it's negotiating, trade appraisals, walkarounds, you name it. He's went over it with me, and I'm super appreciative. He brings a ton to the table, a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience. He's worked the desk. He's worked every position, BDC, sales. He's done everything in the dealership, so he has a wealth of knowledge, and, having those credentials behind him really solidifies what he's saying. He knows his shit. He's good at what he does. He's had results. So definitely listen to Rod Garverick, man. I'm very blessed to have him at the dealership and be able to learn from him directly. So tons of good stuff. Can't wait for y'all to check it out.
The #1 automotive sales podcast, broadcasting around the world. 100% positive mindset on making over $100K a year. You want to make more money and close more car deals while keeping a positive mindset. This is the show for you. Broadcasting around the world. This is the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast with Ron Garverick.
Welcome to another episode of the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. How is everybody doing today? Hope you're doing great. I hope you're killing it this month in April. They said April showers bring May flowers. But I want money. I want money coming in, right? We got to sell a car deal. We got to make some money. We got to do the process. We got to do everything in our power to make sure that we are productive inside the dealership, right? So, my topic for today is, where is the process broken? And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by where's the process broken? I had the opportunity to go to some dealerships and just observe what was going on inside the dealerships, right? And I've noticed that there is things going on in the dealership that the processes are broken. My friend Damian Boudreaux says, keep it simple, silly. But in more reality, you got to keep it simple, stupid. The days of car deals coming in and customers laying down due to the fact of, either you buy this car now or you don't buy it at all, or because someone else will, has just went out the window. We got to put our selling shoes on. And with these people that bought vehicles 2 years ago, people that bought a vehicle last year, that is, we all know, in a negative equity position, because there were some dealers out there that was selling vehicles 10, 20 grand over sticker. Now customers are coming in wanting to trade off on their vehicles, and the market has changed. The market has went down. They bought vehicles that were way over window sticker, and now us folks are trying to get them out of that negative situation, right? So here's the situation that I was looking at. The process is broken inside the dealership. Whose fault is it? Is it the salesman's fault that the processes are broken, or is it the leadership's fault, right? And when you really look into it, you can have a blame game. You can have salesmen blaming it on the leadership managers, or you can have the managers blaming it on the salespeople. In all reality, they always say shit rolls downhill. If you made it to the mountaintop, that means you have done something right, pulled some strings, knew somebody that got that position. So you're put in a leadership position. I emphasize position. There are some people in a leadership role that is using it as a position and not as a way of being a mentor, not being a way as someone that is leading the way for the best interest of the dealership. Could it be the dealer principal's fault? Could it be the general manager's fault? That is a question we need to ask ourselves. Whose fault is it? The processes are broken. And I don't care who you are, what dealership you're at, there is a broken process somewhere because you can always do more. You can always sell more. You can always make more. Is it laziness? Is it not being bought in of the bigger picture? Are individuals not feeling like their position is important? If you have that position, do you think that you've made it now and you don't have to do any more? There's people in other positions, in the lower positions, that are probably more talented than you, that probably have a bigger why than you, that probably would do anything to be in your position to show that they could become a leader, or there may be not. There may be that same person that think they can, but they can't. They just want that position because of the title, of the laziness of oh, I am now a manager. Now I've made it big time, but processes are broken when it starts at the top. I've seen dealerships right now that are failing inside of a cancer because of what is not happening inside the dealership. The culture is deteriorating. The atmosphere is deteriorating. The buy-in is deteriorating. We've got individuals in a lower position disrespecting the higher management. But we have higher management that it should be shown by example, lead by example, that are doing the exact same thing. So how do you think that these individuals, these salespeople, should respect upper leadership if the upper leadership is showing disrespect towards them? You treat people the way you want to be treated. It's not easy stepping down from a leadership position back to a salesperson position and trying to make it in this industry. Trust me, I've tried. I'm doing it now. I wanted to see how it was from 10 years ago in a salesman position. I see things that I did not see as a manager in the salesman's position. I see favoritism. I see people and it always goes back to, well, there's no favoritism. They're just doing what they're asked to do. I call bullshit. And I'm sorry for the language. I call bullshit. They may be, but there's other individuals out there doing the exact same thing. And the upper management may not like their their morale. They may not like their attitude. They may attitude, your attitude depends on how your attitude is towards someone else. The processes are broken and it always looks down on the lower positions, but the lower positions will give respect once they're given respect. I'm guilty of it too. I was guilty of it when I was in lead back when I first got into management. I thought I was on top of the world. I thought my shit didn't stink, and the reason is because I had that top position. Bow down to me. I busted my butt to be where I am today. I worked my butt off, bell to bell, 6 days a week, no vacation, no day off. I sold. I did the process. I learned the process. I learned what to do. I'm in the position I am because I worked my butt off for it. But the simple part is we need to train not just the salespeople. We need to coach not just the salespeople. Managers, you aren't excluded from training. You need to be part of it too. Things are changing. The way you did stuff a long time ago, the stuff that the processes and the way you did things are changing. You've got digital processes now. People want to buy cars digitally. They don't want to come inside the dealership. You treat those people that are at their homes looking, putting their information in. I want to buy this car. You have to tell them you are just as important as the person in the showroom. I will work this deal nonstop till I get a commitment and you say yes. But are we doing that inside the dealership? Ask yourself that. If you managers, if you have a salesperson come up to you and have a deal, but the customer lives in Dallas, lives in Philadelphia, lives in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and they say this guy is legit. Do you put them on the back burner because they're not inside your dealership and say, when can they come in? I know, I understand. If they're here, we'll work them first. But these people are just as important. They work as hard as they're supposed to work. They earn the right to buy that vehicle, trade or no trade. We still treat them like they're in the showroom. But are we doing that? When can they come in? That's what we hear. When can they come in? Applaud you for doing your job. Applaud you for being in the position you're in. But it doesn't stop there. You worked your bell to bells, no days off, no vacations. You busted your ass 12, 14, 18 hours a day. It is even harder as a manager now to be an example. Work for your people. Your people are your salespeople. Work hard for them and get to the place that you need to get mentally to get to where you need to be so you can sell another car and make another customer happy. Are we doing it for customers? Are we selling cars to make customers happy? Are we selling, you pick and choose what cars you want to go ahead and lose on, lose a couple hundred and lose a couple thousand to sell. And you always preach that, hey, it's all about selling this car and that car. It's all about getting the product on the streets. But why will you work hard for one salesman and you don't work hard for another salesman? And the salesman gets told you got a bad attitude. There's no bad attitude. Bad attitudes come towards people that give a bad attitude. It's not always the salesman's fault. The processes start at the top and it trickles all the way down. But you can't have 15, 20, 30 freaking processes if not everybody inside the dealership, management wise, leadership wise, are on the same page. You can't have 15 set of rules and only two people abide by them. There's no way that is even possible. Everybody has to be on the same page. If you don't understand and you're in a leadership position and you don't understand the process, you have to ask questions. It's not embarrassing to ask questions. I don't understand what you're trying to make us do, or not make us do, but I'm not sure what you're trying to get us to do to make this better, to make this process better. I've seen I've seen vendors come in and sell the dealer principal, the GM, the finance manager, the BDC director on new programs that can make you sell another car. Everybody's bought in except the desk managers. And that's not just in one store. I've seen them in plenty of stores. right? It happens everywhere. Not going to say any names, but leadership. It all comes from leadership. It all starts with everybody being bought in. Why aren't we bought in? Why are the people that need to know the program, need to know what is being done to make another dollar for the dealership, to sell another car for the dealership, not bought in? If you don't understand, there's training. And if you don't go to the training, shame on you. It's mandatory for the salespeople. It's mandatory for them to be there to understand the program. The processes are broken because of the leadership. You know, when I was in the army, they used to say that the soldiers, the privates, the private first class, the sergeants, anybody that wasn't a commissioned officer, was the backbone of the military. Well, in car business terms, the salespeople are the backbone of the dealership. We need them more than they need us. Managers, leaders, they need us less than what we need them. And then we always have this thing say, well, let's hire 20 more people. Hire 20 more people, and we'll get these guys to act together and get them to either drop out, work harder, or lose money. That flooding the floors is not the deal. Training. If you're spending money on guarantee for 90 days, let's say $2,000, okay? You hire 5 people times $2,000, that's 10 grand. 10 grand a month you're paying to train, or paying for salespeople to come in, learn the car business, get an easy 2 grand a month, maybe 3 grand a month if you do a guarantee. If you don't do a guarantee and you hire salespeople and you don't train them, they're not going to stick around. There's very few people with um, the mindset as like I did, that said I was going to do or die, sink or swim. I'm going to learn this business. I'm going to conquer this business. I'm going to be able to do what I need to do to provide for my family, come hell or high water, and I'm going to make it. There is no breaking it in here. I'm going to do what is necessary. But you got some people that are so green, they don't know this business. We hire them we throw them in to learn uh, Ford training, Volkswagen training, Chevy training, Dodge training, learn the processes of the vehicles, learn the product knowledge, get them out on the floor, say there's a customer, go get it, shadow that salesman, shadow somebody. But if that process is broken on an old dog, that product, you don't want your newbie to be trained by an old dog that ain't even doing the process that you want. The training. And then it's all jacked up. And then the guy's not making any money because he's trying to do what the old dog's doing and it doesn't work anymore. It may work for him. You spend $10,000 a month for 90 days. That's $30,000. You think that's an investment, but yet you fail to understand. Let's bring a trainer in, someone, a coach, someone that cares about your dealership, someone that cares about someone's progress in the side of the dealership, someone that cares to see someone succeed to the highest level that they can ever imagine, you and charge you $2,000 a month, and you say, I got management to do that. Well, that's what I hire them for. But then they don't have training. It's like beating a dead horse. The processes are broken because we think of things as an expense. Hiring a coach is an expense, but yet you'll spend $3,000 with Car Guru, with Auto Trader, with all these other vendors, Car Now. You'll spend money with these vendors, have them bring their product in, have them bring their software in, and try to sell another car, and you hand a lead to a salesman that doesn't know how to handle it. So they go to a manager that did not go through the training, and the process is broken. What do we do? And then you blame it on the vendor, and their software does not work. But here's a little secret. There was no training. No training at all. What? You got to laugh about it. So what do? We cancel that membership or that partnership with that vendor, tell them their product didn't work, and try something else new. The process is broken because we half-ass everything. When it doesn't work, we put the blame on the salespeople. We tell them, hey, the reason this ain't working is because you're not doing it right. Well, how do you do it? I don't know. Get with this person. Everybody should know what to do. Everybody should know what the product does, how it works, what it will benefit from. People will work for people that care. People will do anything in their power. I had the mistake that doing everything in my power to do what was asked of me, blood, sweat, tears, every single day, to not be appreciated for what I put in, the time, the money, the effort, the the sacrifice, because I wanted to be the best inside the dealership as a salesperson, just to get crapped on and be told that I do not amount to anything. Keep it real. If you don't take care of the people that are seeing your vision, fulfilling your dreams to make a better dealership, and I'm not speaking of the ones that I've worked for. I'm speaking of what I have seen inside dealerships. Processes are broken. There's no leadership, and if there's any kind of leadership, it's poor leadership. Everybody is out for themselves, which, when you're being told this is your business, but the salesmen have to have the trust that they can look at a leader and know that that leader will do everything in their power to fulfill their dreams, help them take the next step to sell another car, do whatever is possible to get to that level, because it adds up. This episode is brought to you by Dealer Elite, the most recognized automotive social network in the world. Sign up now and engage with the best and brightest in the industry. So what do we do? Do we just let everything still go as it is, or do we just have to evaluate what we're doing inside a dealership? And I'm talking salespeople, evaluate yourself. I'm talking about managers, evaluate yourself. Are you doing everything that you need to be doing inside the dealership to sell another car, to make another salesman make another check? Or are we all talk? I've seen where we talk, 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 rah, rah, rah. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go. Let's kick it. Woohoo. And then as soon as they walk out of the conference room, walk out of the sales meeting, it is the complete opposite of what they just got done talking about inside there. Whose fault is it? Can't blame it always on the salespeople. They're just they're just following. They're following. And when they step out of line and try to become a leader, then they got a bad attitude. And I'm not saying that not all salespeople have bad attitudes, right? They may have some personal stuff going on at home. They must be struggling financially. They're stressed. They're trying. They're doing what they need to do mentally. They may have a drug problem. They may have an alcohol problem. They may, God knows, we don't know what's going on. But have we, as leaders, have we sit back and said, hey, what can I do to help you? What is going on in your life? How can I help you? What do I need to do? I'm here for you. I've got your back. Do we have any of that going inside the dealership? Some some of you guys, some of you managers probably you do that. Hats off to you. That shows great leadership. But there are some of you out there that can give two rats ass about a salesman and what they're going through. You use the deflect of we all have problems. We all have personal problems at home. We all have this. We all have that. It's not about you. It is not about you. It is about the person right now that is having the issue, that is off track, that needs somebody to just wrap their arms around, say, I got your back. What's going on? How can I help you? We need to get you to the next level. Just listen. There's always 80% talking, 20% listening, and the 80% that you're talking is all about you and your problems and what you're going through in your life, but you don't sit and shut up and listen to the salesman or under leadership and say, "Man, what can I do to help you?" They're getting mind F word in their head, and they're getting in their own way because they don't have the leadership that is saying, "Whoa, dude, gotcha. What's going on? You're off track. You're veering off this way. We need to get you back on track. What do we need to do? What can I do to help you?" Did you hear that? What can I do to help you? Nobody's doing that. I'm reading right here. I'm sorry. I'm reading right here. Jonathan Dawson, he just posted on his Facebook. It says, "Never make the process more important than the people the process has was designed to serve. You need to control your customer. My manager used to yell at me at all this time that I started in the car business. Unfortunately, even today, I hear this from managers and even some sales trainers. I believe the process exists to serve the customer. Customers do not exist to serve the people. Car business is either 100% of people in or it's a bust. Couldn't get any better than that. Processes are broken inside the dealership and it starts from the top all the way down. Don't start from the bottom all the way up. We got to fix our process. We got to fix what we need to do inside the dealership. Number one, to take care of our customers because repeat business is so crucial. Referral business is so important. And if we take care of the customer, and I've said it time and time again, it doesn't matter if you take care of a customer, they will take five talk to five people and tell them about their great experience. But if you treat a customer with disrespect, they will tell 20 people that can help you or hurt you in any way. put our best foot forward once we start taking care of our customers. Number two, we got to take care of our people. If you're in upper management, you got to take care of your people. You've got to see what is working, what is not working, what is going on in their lives. Ask them. It's not getting personal. It's not being buddy buddy. It's not flirting with that line of friendship and management. It is making sure that your people are mentally able to do what they need to do when they walk through that dealership door to take care of their customers and treat them with respect. We got to make sure that they are on their game plan, that they are taking care of themselves so they are mentally ready to go out on the floor and take care of your customers. The important thing is taking care of your customers. And third, managers, leaders, if you don't know the process, you need to find out, ask a friend, phone a friend, you know, email a friend. Don't matter. You have to know the process. You got to be completely bought in. I don't care where the process is, if it's in the BDC, if it's in the finances, if it's service or parts, you've got to be bought in. All of y'all. It doesn't matter. You're here to do a job, and it's to take care of a customer, give them sell them a car, take care of them, take care of their needs, solve their problem, and this is important. You can't do any of this if you're not on your game. You can't win the Super Bowl if you're not on your game. You can't do what's required if you're not on your game. Dealer principals, GMs, you're not hiding in the back anymore. You got to be the face. You got to be out there. You got to be showing that this is your business. Your name is on the dotted line when it comes to the bank. You have to make sure that your managers are becoming leaders and not just managers. Managers manage money, manage paperwork, manage other things. They don't manage people. Leaders manage people. You've got to make sure that they're doing what they need to do. You got to make sure that they're out there making sure that the salesmen are on their game plan and doing what's right. But don't give them 50 freaking processes. Don't give them 50 different things to do that will prevent them to be able to sell a car. That is what their job is, to sell a car. They do the steps to the sale. They solve the problems of the customer because excuse me, before a customer can own a car, they got to buy the car. And if you got 10 million things that you're making a salesman do that is stopping them from buying the car. And I'm not talking about the process in a CRM. I'm not talking about following up. I'm not talking about any of that stuff because that is required to touch base with your customer, is following up on the CRM. But what I'm talking about, when you're throwing other things on top of them, you tell them this is their business. Leaders, if they don't quite understand, instead of telling them, show them. That's how they learn. You show them how it's done. Once you show them how it's done, then they are required to follow. They are required to follow what the process is. If they still continue not to do the process, you must follow up with them again and recoach them. If you, as a leader, are not able to coach them in the right way because you yourself are not coachable or you don't know how to coach, hire somebody that can coach them. Hire somebody that is qualified to go in and coach them the right way so we can do the process. Instead of saying they're not bought in, not saying that they are not wanting to do it, not saying that they're just saying, you know what, F you, I'm not doing it. Maybe they don't understand and you are not training them. You are not coaching them on what needs to be done. Maybe the way you're coaching is not getting through to them. So you have to find another way. And maybe that is trying to hire a coach, hire a trainer, someone to come in that is neutral, that has no benefit to the leadership, that has no benefit to the salespeople, that have the best interest of mind. The trainer is not looking for a paycheck, is not looking, ooh, I'm making 2,500, 3 grand on this set on this store, and then you'll never see me again. That is truly that are 100% inside the dealership, wanted to train, wanted to coach, wanted to do what the best interest is, because maybe the leadership doesn't know how to coach, doesn't know how to do what needs to be done. Maybe they are not completely bought in the product. Maybe they're not completely bought in the process. Maybe they need coached. Maybe they need trained. It all becomes a big cluster. So if you don't have leaders that are bought in or understand what the process is, what is broken, then you need to figure it out. This is your business too. You're the one that put the multi-dollar business in. You're the one that's making the signing the paychecks. You're the one paying the bills. You're the one that has your name on the building. You're the one that has the title on the contract. You're the one when it's all said and done. If it's broken inside and the dealership's not selling cars, the dealership closes the doors. And what does that mean? Everybody's looking for another job. So what do you need to do? Hire somebody. Hire somebody that is neutral. Hire somebody that is for the best interest of the dealership, that is hired to coach, that is hired to go inside the dealership, see what the problem is. There's so many problems that are being hidden from the owner, from the dealer principal, from the GM. There is so much being hidden. They may not see it. The salesmen are not telling the upper management what's going on. There's some places that the salesman can't talk to the dealer principal. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to Mr. Jones. He don't want to be talked to. They can't talk to him. They can't talk to the GM. GM says work your chain of command. Go to your leader, your sales leader. Then the leader, you can go to the department leader. The department leader can bring it up to the GM. But if you hire a coach that comes in, they observe, they monitor, they see where the process is broken, then they can bring a report back to the manager, to the GM, to the dealer principal, and say, this is what I have found. This is what I have dug up. This is what I see. This is what needs to be fixed. And I have a solution for you. This is the solution. This is what I'm thinking. This is what can be done, and put the trust in the coach, the trainer that is walking in and going, this is what I see what's going on. I need a complete 100% buy in. And do that with the management staff, the leadership staff first. Don't bring the salesman in, bring the leadership in and say, guys, this is broken, but this is a way we can fix it. I have a solution. I but I need 100%, 110% of the buy-in from you. Before I can present it to the salespeople, I need 100% buy-in from you. I need you to open your ears, shut your mouth, and understand this is the way it needs to be to keep this building open, to keep everything turning, to get another car out on the street, to sell another car, to make another dollar, to prosper in this business. If you are a dealer principal or a GM, I am opening an invitation to you. I will come into your store. I will see what is broken. I will fill out a report. I will present it to you. I will show you what is going on. I don't have to be, oh, that guy's a trainer. No, I can come in as a salesperson. We can play a role. I can be a salesperson. I can look back and forth, see what's going on, see what processes are going on, what is being done and what is not being done, and what is required by you, but you think is being done, but is actually not being done. I can present it to you and we can fix this problem. I'm 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 extending my open invitation. I will come into your store and I guarantee you will see results. But the processes are broken and you cannot allow it to continue if you want to sell cars. If you want to go in and have a big share of the market share, a big part of the market share, you can't do it if your processes are broken inside the dealership and your people are running ragged inside the dealership because they don't know what they're doing because the leadership is broken. There's a lot of chiefs and not enough Indians. Sometimes the salesmen are running the show and you got to put a stop to it. And I'm not saying firing, don't fire anybody. You got to train them. It's easier to train than to fire. It's more cost effective to train than it is to fire. You fire somebody, you hire somebody else in, they have a different process, they have a different mindset. They're not working well with the other leaders on the floor. And then the process takes time, which takes money, which is wasted money. Bring somebody in that can hold everybody accountable and show them this is the process. This will have results. This will get you to the next level. Believe me, trust me, like me or not, but I guarantee once your paycheck shows, you're going to love it. But it's not going to happen if we don't do what is allowed. Training, coaching is not an expense, it's an investment. If you hire the right trainer, hire the right coach, you will see results. I guarantee. But hire the one that cares about your dealership and not just banking on charging you X amount of dollars and you never see them again. You don't see the process. You don't see what's actually going on. This is going to work, my friends. So, dealer principals, general managers, reach out to me today. You can find me at automotivearchitect@gmail.com. Send me a text, 806-922-6141. Guarantee this will work. If you want processes to be unbroken, you want things to happen inside your dealership that will substantially bring the numbers up, I guarantee if you do and hire a coach or hire a trainer, you'll see results inside the dealership drastically. You will see what's going. You will see what's going on inside your dealership, but you can't look at from the people that are inside. You got to look at somebody from the outside. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. It's been a blast. Some deep stuff that had to be brought up. It had to be brought up today because processes are broken inside dealerships. The days of getting laydowns and everything from a dealership and from a customer is out the door. So I guarantee if you need a process to be unbroken, give me a shout today. Automotivearchitect@gmail.com or send me a text 806-922-6141. I would love to go inside your dealership and help change the culture and help change the process. Thank you once again. This episode was brought to you by Dealer Elite, the most recognized automotive social network in the world. Sign up now, engage with the best and brightest in this industry, and also check out the Automotive Architect Academy. Check it out at theautomotivearchitect.com. That's theautomotivearchitect.com or GARV, GARV, as in Victor, automotive.com. Let's get started. Let's get your store to where it needs to be in the process. Thank you very much, guys. I love you, and I hope everything turns out the way you expect. Goodbye.